Hello, my name is Sydow. I'm producer, so my job is basically to make the game happen. I've been at Massive for 5-6 years now, and I also was part of World in Conflict. Well, at the end of World in Conflict we were 120 or something like that, so it's quite a large difference. Some. 2 years ago, Ubisoft asked us, hey, you guys, you know a lot about online, you did a very cool online game in World in Conflict. Could you take a look at Far Cry? So we went over to Montreal, we met the guys, we looked at what they were doing and their single player plans and so on, and then we started discussing. And then eventually everything fell into place. We thought we had really cool ideas and a good team to do online for Far Cry 3. And everybody liked the opportunity, so from there on we started, and now we are here. Well, the first thing we did was to fix the networking, fix the matchmaking, and start doing matches. Yeah. And with since single player had advanced so far when it came to the weapons and shooting and everything, we quite quickly got the game up and running. Yeah. So then we basically had empty maps, and we started throwing in props and started playing and just making sure that the fun is there. Yeah. In a shooter, it needs to be a good feeling where you move and you aim and you shoot and you get all that loop right. And then from there on we started to build the game. So now it's been a very fun experience. We play a lot. It's very important for us that Far Cry 3 feels as a whole game that is coherent and that is very much things that are alike in single player and multiplayer, and that you recognize yourself. But then of course multiplayer, the pacing is different, and a lot of small features are different with the game modes and everything. So it's a hard question to answer. It is the same game, but we need to do special game modes and special tweaks for it to work in multiplayer. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you're on the same island. In Far Cry 3 multiplayer, you're on the same island, you're fighting, you're doing your battles, and if you look closely, it's the rebel versus the pirates. And if you listen, if you're on the pirate team, you have Vaz as your leader doing the intro, and on the rebel, you have the rebel leader. We will ship with 4 multiplayer game modes. You've seen 2 today, 1 new and 1 traditional. Of the 2 that is remaining, we don't dive into details, but 1 is more traditional and 1 is more innovative. It's very important that you can play each map in each game mode, and that they all work together. We started doing the maps 2 years ago with just a rough layout. We started to play test, we started to see what's fun and so on. And in that process we've thrown away a lot of maps and we added some new. So the maps we have now is really polished, and we worked a long time on them. And if you get that feeling right, how that the sign language in the map works, and that it's still that after a couple of times you should be able to know the map and basically draw it on a napkin. But even further, you should still have complexity and so on. If we get all that in a map, it's no problem to place game modes on it. Then it always works, because if the map is fun and the navigation is good, then it's no problem having it support all game modes.